So guys, we have a good news. I just inquired with one of the employees of this temple. It seems like small video camera is permitted inside the temple premises, so we are going inside. So I'm so thankful to him. I couldn't ask his name because he was already moving inside for his duty, so I don't want to disturb and be on his way. So since it is permitted, we continue our photo walk from here. I'm trying to cover all the wide angle shots possible. So probably by this time all the shots and photography viewers must have learned what I am shooting, how I am shooting, and why I am framing certain things certain way. Ganesha. So no issues. I thought I would inform the same shopping personnel about taking the camera inside. So since Gangaikonda Sorapuram allowed and permitted all these things, so எடுக்கலாமா ஒன்றும் பிரச்சனை இல்லை ஒரு எம்ப்ளாயிட்ட கேட்டேன். ஓகே தேங்க்யூ. கங்கைகொண்ட சோழபுரமில் எடுத்தோம் அதனால. தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச். உங்கள் குட் நேம்? யுவர் குட் நேம்? சதீஷ். தேங்க்யூ. தேங்க்யூ. So we find a lot of sculptures here. Of course, it lost its detail over time. Few were destroyed by conquerors and due to the wars and everything. We had some sultans ruling in Madurai area, so they were constantly with war with all the people here in Tanjavur Delta belt. So there are many good things about this temple, let me tell you. Around 50 kilometer circle of this place, what you see here, you will not find a single piece of rock. So people have found rocks outside 50 kilometers and brought them over here to build this temple. And this temple is entirely built by granite rocks which was found outside this 50 kilometer circle. They brought it via people, their prisoners, slaves and everybody, and they rolled a few with the elephants to this spot, and there was no binding materials used to build this temple. That is the most important thing that you need to learn. This structure was built by Rajaraja Soran in 1010 AD, 1000 years and 10 years, 1010 years AD, Anno Domini, and there was no binding materials used for this granite to build this temple. This temple is an architectural marvel that it's standing for 1000 years straight, unlike Leaning Tower of Pisa, which is just 846 years old, and Leaning Tower of Pisa is like was built over a loose soil. It started leaning like this, which was corrected later in 1990s to 3.97 degrees. It actually leaned to 5 degrees actually. So if I am wrong, please correct me later in the comments. And but this structure was built on a Kaveri belt. There is Kaveri river running somewhere around this place. This is Kaveri Delta region, and this structure is standing straight for 1000 years. And of course it has gone through several reconstruction and everything, but this structure is standing for thousand years. That you need to admire. And this is one of the UNESCO heritage, and I would probably humbly request UNESCO to conduct voting every 25 years for 7 wonders, to select 7 wonders every 25 years, so that people could include many other religious, non-religious architectural marvels in the 7 wonders. Everything will get a turn. So this one is one such, and I'll tell you as I go to the entire structure of the temple. This one is standing for 1,000 years. That you need to remember. Leaning Tower of Pisa is like 150 years younger to this temple, but the construction, and it was leaning and all the stuff. But this is standing straight. Another speciality is like you see these shadows. The main temple tower, the Vimana, was built with a single stone, which weighs around 80 ton. Imagine the height it was built, and imagine 1,000 years ago how they would have placed that stone over there. So that's something unimaginable. Probably they would have raised the wall or mud here and rolled the rock to that spot, and it has to be placed properly, and they have got only one chance to carve or sculpt the entire Vimana that you see over there, and that is built out of one single rock which weighs 80 ton. And this entire temple has rocks like around 1,30,000 or a little more tons of rocks, granites here. So these granites are not chosen just like that, but it will have some sort of rega. It will have some what you find here on your palm, some sort of characteristics, and that's why they have chosen this to be in the temple. So I'm trying to shoot some silhouettes. Covering things in the wide angle as much as possible. I did see few frames when I got to the Google Maps. Okay. So we will shoot that also. Okay, we have many things. We'll cover this temple in a clockwise direction. We call, usually people in India call that Pradarshanam. Pradarshanam, Apradarshanam. Pradarshanam is clockwise, Apradarshanam is anti-clockwise. So we have some government approved stalls here. So I'm trying to place this temple tower here, and this one running across the frame. I'm at ISO 200, shutter speed 125 and f16. So what you see here is the entire view of the temple. This is amazing. This was built across around 47 acres of land, and there were a few allegations recently thinking about occupying people's land for building this temple and stuff. 1,000 years before. Just imagine, entire area must have been forest or something. So there would have been very less necessity for people to for the king to occupy someone else's land. People would have, they themselves would have come to build such an architectural marvel. So this is an wonder to me, and you will find few trees. I may not know the names of every tree that is there in the premises of Tanjavur Big Temple. So I need to adjust my filters to suit certain shots. So I've taken this tree right now. There was one little shot which I found interesting in the Flickr, was like they have taken it from the center over there, from that view, like complete silhouette of this temple, and it was taken in the early morning. So you'll find some Samskritam or Sanskrit or Sanskrit text, or Hindi probably. This is a well, I suppose. So you will find a lot of paintings inside those mantabs. These are places probably for disciples to come and settle when they visit this temple. So in the olden age, so you'll find a lot of sculptures. These are built recently and they have repainted it, but actually you'll find a lot of old ancient paintings at this spot, which was the paintings was made with all natural materials. So what we see here is the Nandi Mandapam. We'll go visit there in a short while. I'm looking for a few shots to cover with the wide angle. So we had some nice birds flying, so I think I was able to capture that. I was able to capture the birds. It's too bright and I could not see the rear screen here. So what you see here is Vanni Maram. So what you see here is Vanni Maram, and this is also called as Shammi in Maharashtra. This is also called as Jammi in Telangana. In Telangana, people would call this tree as Jammi, and Maharashtrians would call it Shammi. And generally in Wikipedia, what you find is like this tree is called Banni. Ba sounds with Ba, Banni Maram, Banni tree. In Tamil, we call it as Vanni Maram. Vanni is the name, Maram means tree. So most probably what you find in the history is like this tree was used by the Pallava kings to hide their weapons. That's all they found in the history. But I think the significance for this to be inside the temple is like it should spread, it should do photosynthesis all 24 hours. That's what I believe. And the scientific name of this tree is Prosopis cineraria. The Prosopis cineraria is an national tree for Arabia, I believe, and they have it in their stamp as well. This Prosopis cineraria, I think you should do photosynthesis 24 hours like Arasamaram in Tamil. I do not know the scientific name for that, but that's what I believe. I might be wrong also. Please do leave comments when you see this video. So that's what I believe. That's why the significance to be inside the temple premises chosen as one of the temple trees, sacred trees. So this is the Banni Maram or Vanni Maram, Banni tree, Vanni tree, Shammi tree, Jammi tree, Kejri, all those things. People would call many names for this. And we'll go check here what we can shoot. Yeah. I'm trying to put these in the lower frame and have more sky and sun shining on the left side of the frame. So I'm not shooting much unique stuff here. It's mostly for YouTube right now because I've photographed many things here. As I go, I'll find some fine art frames and shoot as much as possible, okay? I seriously recommend UNESCO considering the re-voting procedure so that we could include architectural marvels like this. In the Seven Wonders, Leaning Tower of Pisa is like, to me personally, I would say like it was constructed without the knowledge of the soil. Imagine what kind of knowledge these people would have had 1,000 years before, 150 years before building Leaning Tower of Pisa. This is still standing straight after all the wars, invasions, people who have destroyed and everything. Before British era, it was maintained by Pandyas, Nayakas, Marathas, and everything. They were reconstructing doing the reconstruction for the temple, repairing and everything. And after British era, British guys took care of this temple. So for now, this is quite a wide angle. So yeah, I found a frame here. I'm at f16, 500 on the shutter and 200 ISO. We are right now entering the Nandi Mandapam. This is one of the largely sculpted figure out of one single stone. I'll repeat again, it was sculpted out of one single stone. This is 12 feet actually. And the Leaning Tower of Pisa, another detail is like Leaning Tower of Pisa is like 183 feet. But this is much more taller than Leaning Tower of Pisa, which is like 217 feet from the ground. And this is still standing straight after 1,000 years. I'm going to say that throughout my video, okay? This is Nandi. Nandi is common structure which you will find right opposite to the Shivan temple. This is in Shivan temple. Brihadiswara means Shivan. Actually, Rajaraja Soran, when he built this temple, wanted to call the main lord as Raja Rajeshwar. But later, few of his generations named it as Brihadiswara. So you will find Nandi in any temple anywhere in India. You will find Nandi just opposite to the Lord Shiva. So Nandi in character as a person who plays Mridangam. It's one of the musical instruments, Carnatic musical instruments. So we have this Nandi, and people are distributing prasadams here. So I'm just trying to put the Vimana in the center of the frame. Okay, when we have the Vimana on either side of this Dvajastambam. This is called Dvajastambam, and this is a copper structure. taken few reference shots. I wouldn't call it a perfect fine art frame as per se. I'm taking few shots for this to be inside my widescreen crop. I don't shoot the entire thing, I crop, so I need to put this inside the widescreen crop. That's why I'm shooting it with set in space, you know. So that is the Dvajastambam, and this is all another pillar for another mandap probably. This entire temple is pillared structure, and there was no binding materials used. Everything was interconnecting stones, so there was no binding materials. Every stone was placed one over the other so that they stand in a proper manner. This is literally an architectural marvel, and this is standing for 1,000 years. You need to believe that. And you will find some paintings on the roofs. These are made out of natural materials, probably reworked in the later years. So this is 12 feet tall, carved out of single stone. Imagine there is no stones in this 50-kilometer circle. How they would have bought all the granites here and started building the temple. All credits to the King Rajaraja Soran. So we find some interesting shadows here. This will make an fine art frame. Oh yeah. So far all the photographs that you see in my Flickr gallery was shot keeping the main Vimana in the open sky so that it stands tall. I never took shots which is from the mandapam which is covering the Vimana, so I never did that, but I'm doing it today just for Krishat's photography audience, finding different frames. You know, I know this is going to be a tiring video as I observe. So this is one of the temple structures. This is made out of Vulogam, 5 metals combined. Look at the structure, how huge it is. So there was metallurgy at that time. I'm at f16, shutter 500 and 0 exposure compensation. I'm trying to accommodate as much wide things in the frame. Nice. So we will get down here. No, there is no way here. Probably from this side. As I observe, GoPro itself cuts and stores the video for every 17 minutes, so my video has crossed 17 minutes by this time. So that was Nandi for you guys. It was interesting for me as well. You will find a lot of scriptures, small scriptures of women, Buddha, or people sitting in Ardha Siddhasana or Padmasana, doing some meditation and stuff. These these small sculptures have lost details over time due to sandblasting. So I so far have found most of the people sitting in doing the meditation sort in Ardha Siddhasana. So, and this was one of the frames which I saw in Google Street View, where you place the little guy. That's my usual stuff, People who are following my shots and photography would know. I would take such frames. I'm going to go to 2.8 for this and bump my shutter. Shoot this part only. So now I'm back to f16 and lowering my shutter speed and back to infinity. So we are finding some street. That should make some street photograph. With my widescreen crop, probably it should be neat. So we have some lamp. And of course tourists taking photographs like me. This is absolute architectural marvel, man. This is standing straight for 1,000 years. We could find cracks in the walls built in recently with cement and everything, and you will find all the details which I told you right now. And that is the Vanni tree. Vanni Maram, Vanni tree. And so you find a Nandi here. This is a small Nandi. So there has to be a Shivan temple right opposite to that. So the small shrine or temple that you see here must be some sort of Shivan temple. That's why you have the Nandi here right opposite to that. Oh yeah, I took the Vajjastambam. I'm placing it on the right side corner. Taking a photograph. So these are Ulogam and bronze and many metals combined, and you'll find some Balakars, Dwaraba. I'm not sure about the person who's the structure they have framed here. They have molded it amazingly. I guess there was metallurgy 1,000 years before. Amazing structures, man. You should see the details. This is amazing. I couldn't get closer with my GoPro, but the details in these metal sculptures are amazing. So that was that for you guys. Now I'm placing it on the bottom of the frame. Okay, and there is one frame which I need to take in this from this spot, probably a little back, because I've been wanting to take that frame for a quite long time. I'm going to switch over to my 90 mm equivalent or 87 mm equivalent, the Helios 58 mm. Take that shot and move. Okay. I have taken Gangekonda Sorapuram in similar frame, so I'm going to shoot one from here. Okay. I'll get back in a short while.